Hey everyone, it's Ross from Mythic Mountain Folk Tabletop Club. What you're about to watch is one of our ongoing original Dungeons & Dragons campaign games set in the shared grand campaign setting of Otherworld. This uses the old school setting and mega dungeon module, Gunderholfen. Welcome to our table. Like, subscribe, and share, and thanks for joining us. Gunderholfen. Ancient. Abandoned dwarven hold. Battleground. Hero's Bane. A tomb of treasure seekers. Gunderholfen is a classic, old-school, exploration-focused sandbox-style mega-dungeon. Will we be clever enough to survive?
I reckon we can begin. I also found some art that I hope you guys like.
I love the Beholder.
Good
right,
old-fashioned,
that old school.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
It's
Great way to foreshadow.
Yeah, don't worry about it. All right. A week after one of the most dangerous expeditions to Gunderholfen in recent and living memory, you return to the Steely Sean's alehouse to have a mug of fine amber ale the night before your next expedition. You know how dangerous the swamps are. You know how dangerous Gunderholfen is, and yet you fools return week after week after week. Is there anything you would like to do the evening before your expedition?
What is our party makeup? How many fighting folks do we have?
I'm a level 3 fighter.
One fighter.
I'm a
Level-
thief.
Got a
Level
thief.
1 fighter here with a shield.
Should I try to hire my friend Jeremiah to come with us? He is a dude who I bought plate, so he's got some armor, but
Yes.
we have to give him a half share. Okay, so I will. Farger will go out and try to find Jeremiah Jimble and try to convince him to come with us for a half share of treasure.
Jeremiah Jimble spends most of his days working hard fishing to make money for his family back home, and most of his nights working hard drinking to keep his own sanity in this forbidden place. He is ready for the quick fix of money. Although
Excellent.
he cannot speak for anybody else around here, he has heard many tales of your expertise and many tales of your failures, and has decided that your expertise has lined up more with his experience.
Cool.
Yeah, JJ, we're the only game in town, man. Don't forget that too.
Okay. Yeah, I propose that we make haste and don't delay at all. What do you all think? That we don't follow up on anything in town right now. We need money.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, Padrag. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yes, with a new fighter added to the complement, a thief, a magic user, a cleric, and a druid, I think we bed down for the night and pay our fees and dues and get ready to leave in the morning.
You close your evening of ale and restlessness to try to get some shut-eye before the next morning. As you wake, you notice the sky is red and purple with morning light, and it is warm. In fact, much warmer than it has been probably for close to a month now. It's a beautiful day out, and you think this may be a portent of good adventuring, although it could also be a trap, luring you to your doom.
I apologize. I don't know if this was already worked out, but we I can't remember my character's name. So many of them have died.
Blorpert?
Blorpert gave a tremendous amount of money to try to grease the palms of the corrupt guards that do side work. So we would definitely try to hire 6 longbowmen and 2 men-at-arms from their number with and take. Actually, I don't have a cart and horse because that is owned by Blorpert. Does anybody have a horse and cart or a mule and cart?
I don't, but I can provide the money for that. How much is it?
Book price.
Okay.
Also, if you were here last week, I'm going to say Padrag, probably not. Please subtract 2.1 gold for room and board, and then 5 silver per day per mount if you have one. I cannot remember what your math was on the mercenaries.
It's quite a lot. I will pay for it this time. I have 300 gold pieces.
Are you sure? You got it last time, and I did say I would cover it.
No, yeah, I'll take you on that one.
Yeah,
sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So what was it? I think I have 97 gold left, so I think I am good for this week. We'll see how we do.
It's 16 per day times 3. It's going to be something like 100 or 200 or over 200 gold ish, just for the. And this is for the whole trip and establishing a camp, and then we'd agreed that we were going to explore the area around the entrance and try to see if we could find any other ways in. So we're looking at 7 days of hiring 6 longbowmen and 2 men-at-arms.
16 times 7. I can get 80 gold of that. We're 32 gold short.
We'll also need to pay for an ostler to join us. Which is 5
So what about
per day.
Now, do we want a mule and a wagon, or a horse and a wagon?
I don't believe mules can cart to a wagon. I believe that is a horse-specific job.
Okay, all right.
If you can get the horse and wagon, I will get half.
That's fine. I got it.
I'll get half of the cost of the mercenaries and the ostlers.
Okay.
If you can, Varger, if you can get the other half.
That sounds good.
Watch your heads, boys. You know I'm broke, but when we get back to the inn, I got the drinks. All right. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother.
I'm going to get
So
some
I
gallons.
56 gold each, Russ.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I also leave. I leave 225 gold at a room at the inn, which I also pay for.
So how much gold are you carrying with you then?
25 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'm carrying 10.
I am bringing my 1 gold and 8 silver pieces.
Gotta get this man some tithing money.
Right. I think that's everything, as long as the fighters all have... as long as they all... Well, no, we just have one front line of 3, so that's all we need.
Hey. You prepare to set out for the next morning on this warm and sunny day. Which way do you go?
We travel east on the road until we come to an intersection, and then we turn to the left and begin to travel into the swamps.
I don't know if we need to declare spells, but I've got Fairy Fire, Detect Magic, and Cure Light Wounds today.
Wow.
Nice.
He wanted to say heat metal, but he's
I'll say that tomorrow.
awesome.
Okay.
I picked up a crowbar, a hammer, and 2 spikes with the
Nice.
meager funds I had.
Oh, I just realized I don't have any of my books open. This is embarrassing. Luckily, I can access them quickly.
While you do that, we will just travel on this road until we either come to the break where we see the hills and the mounds, or until we have the first sign of trouble. I think that it will begin to get dark first, though, and we'll camp on the road. Yeah, I think that's it. Now, when we get to... I got to be honest, I have trouble keeping a concept of the mounds as a map in my mind.
I'll describe it
because it's an open area. It's an open area,
Yeah.
so I'll definitely need your all's help with that when we get there. And probably it'll be important to pick out, what specifically we want and where we're going to camp. I assume we're going to camp in the same place as last time.
Yeah.
Higher ground, I think someone said, near the sandstone ruins, not going down into the ravine.
For a camp spot?
Yeah, for the mercenaries and the ostler.
Yeah.
And then as far as trying to find what we're looking for, that's something where I could use some help from you all.
Just give me 1 second.
No rush at all. None.
After about 6 or 7 hours of travel, somewhere in that time span, you notice the waters, the thick, stinking, steaming swamp waters around you have begun to shift.
In what way?
In the way that a group of giant leeches is attacking you.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, there you go.
I don't have, let's see. Got Cutter, Father Umlaut, Mulch, Ralston, Varger. I don't have... Oh, I do have Padrak. He's an Adventurers Unaccounted. Let me switch him out real quick. I don't have a Leech token, so you guys are getting Toads.
Yay.
Sweet.
They are about 70 feet away from you, but they smell your blood.
70 feet, eh?
Or, yeah.
Oh, dear. Oh, come on.
Ross, would you please roll for initiative for me?
We'll do.
I'm changing the music. It might be loud. Sorry.
I declare sleep.
Okay. Please remind me how that works.
Sure. Sleep is 240 feet range. It lasts for an hour. I just roll a number of affected per hit dice, and there's no save.
All right.
So
They rolled a 1, so you guys go first. They will not be declaring any spells.
all right. Yeah.
So it is first movement and missile fire stage. Remember, they're 70 feet away from you.
And I target the point, and it's going to be right in the. Well, that's interesting. Around a targeted point. 140. Oh, it's generous. Yeah, I'll just put it like right here in front of him. That way it'll hit either way.
before this goes off, I'm gonna sling because
I
rocks
think-
are
Yeah.
cheap.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that you
shoot a.
can declare where that target is on the casting, not on the declaration. That's
Oh.
my understanding.
I miss.
I'm going to shoot an arrow.
I am also gonna shoot an arrow.
Did you say 70 feet?
Oh no! No,
Would
no.
a sling reach that? I don't have it pulled up.
It wouldn't, but
Uh,
if you do double range, it would be at -4.
Okay, I'll do a double
Distances
range.
in outdoor combat are also tripled, I believe.
That's actually a 9 for a sling if it's -4.
It outdoor, I think 120 is minimum range for sling.
Thank you, sir. Right, 13.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did not give you an AC. AC to beat is 11, so that will hit.
Oh. So I hit.
Yep.
Alright, let me roll the damage for you then. That is a 1d6.
By the way, the player can change the volume of the song by themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would try to remind my
Yeah.
players, like, hey, you can change the volume if it's too loud.
If you just go to the music note in the corner there.
Yep.
All right, this one is dead.
I'm sorry, it's at -2 if it's beyond range, but only up to double. It just simply triples
just
outdoors.
That's fine. Anybody moving?
I think we should move in a line. Our fighters. I mean,
I've got 3 HP, so I'm staying back here.
It's
all right.
missile
Reasonable.
or movement, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If Jeremiah is involved in this, he'll move up next to Mulchi.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about Jeremiah Jimble.
Form a wall, brother.
From a wall. Your wall.
The Slimers are coming.
They are going to move up. Their movement rate is 30 feet. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. It is now melee phase. If anybody wants to melee, I don't think that that's possible in your current configuration. So your sleep spell goes off.
How many hit dice?
They have 1 hit die.
Okay. Nine creatures.
All right, that will be all of them. They all fall asleep. What would you like to do now?
I mean, eyes.
Barger's gonna put his hand on Padraig's shoulder and say, "Friend, we really could have used you last week." And then he's gonna walk forward with his sickle knife and start cutting into these leeches.
Yep, same. Use my pole arm. Just
I'm gonna
You a
walk
man.
by. Is it possible to retrieve my arrow that I fired into the one that was killed?
you got a chance to do
Yes.
that, don't you? You're 1 in 6 or something.
Yeah, let me see here.
Big Brain said his words.
It breaks on a 1 in 6, so you're fine.
Okay, so just roll the 1d6.
No, sorry, I rolled it for you. That should be
Oh,
okay.
that's fine. That's fine. Awesome, so I get 1 back.
All right. Excellent. You slay the beasts, and you find that these are no ordinary leeches. You know leeches to be parasitic creatures which feast on the blood of living animals These have been mutated and warped by chaos to resemble something more like miniature worms, in that they eat whole things which they like to consume. These leeches have recently eaten what looks to be a humanoid of some sort, on which you find a golden necklace with 4 pearls set into an amulet at the end, worth 180 gold pieces.
Nice.
Since I prepared this spell, I'm just gonna cast it because I think we're at the end of the day. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on this thing. Fargard sort of mumbles to himself and looks at this necklace to see if it is mundane.
Appears to be completely mundane.
Sweet.
All right. After another few hours of travel, the night grows long. It is time once more to bed down in the dangerous Ganfell swamps. Is there any particular way you'd like to set up your camp or your watches?
We have
What takes us watch?
Yeah, we among 6 hours, I guess we'll have to sleep longer. Or go longer. We have three different watches of 2 each, or we could do 1 each. I've seen that cause problems before.
Let's do 2 each, just because some of us are squishy.
I have seen it happen.
We should put our arcane, powerful magic user at the most opportune time to where.
Yeah, actually, he should probably just sleep.
Yeah.
And the cleric, maybe too. So maybe we don't have that many people.
I'm sure Jeremiah Jimbo wouldn't mind taking a watch.
Oh, I don't need much sleep. I have no miracles. I'm just an acolyte,
Oh, okay.
I need good Shadai to swing this mace.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe the toughest fighter should be up during what would be the watch I would be with them.
That would be rough, and probably.
So.
All right. So relay to me, a group caller, your watch order.
Sure. Fighters in each watch. So that would be the first watch, just to swing around the fighters here, would be Eddie's fighter, Varger's henchman, and then we had one. Roos, are you a fighter?
No, Roos is a thief.
I am a thief.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it backwards. I thought Mulchi was a thief. Okay. Yeah. Well, then Mulchi. And anyways, paired with them would be Varger would be with his henchman. Makes sense. And then you could have the cleric with Eddie, and you could have Roos's character with Mulchi. I'll just sleep.
And so your options for campsite are broken cobblestones, slightly dry mounds of hillocks within the swamp, waist-deep mud, or pond.
I'm so sorry. Say that again.
Your options for campsites are broken cobblestones, slightly dry hillocks, waist-deep mud, or ponds.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm just feeling the waist-deep mud. I mean,
Feeling pretty pondy.
I just love those ponds.
Right?
This,
Take a dip.
It sounds like a spa, a good mud bath for tonight.
A pond definitely creates range, though. Instant range.
yeah.
Take a nice drink out of the water.
So, Yeah, I will do the hillock if it's nearby. If it's within sight of the road, we don't want to go off into the wilderness.
Nope. There's plenty of all of these options from sight of the road. You could take really any one of them if you want, but I guess if you really want to go with the hillock, then I guess you can do that as well.
That's very ominous.
Well, to clarify, the book says that if we use terrain, the referee could add +2 up to +4 for ranged attacks. So is that the case if we select the high ground to be able to see things from?
In the dark, I imagine it would even out if there's not some sort of large light source.
Right, because we would have a penalty anyways for that reason. So I think it's essential, basically.
So now, I'm so sorry. Remind me once more who is taking the final watch.
Mulchy and Roos, I believe, was called.
Yep, Mulchy and Cutter.
Cutter.
Yep.
Here comes the sun, I hope.
At the base of the hill during your watch, once more it would appear that the ground beneath you begins to shake.
Uh-oh.
I have to get this right. Just give me 1 second.
Everybody was snoring. That's what it is.
You cannot make out from this distance exactly what is happening.
Well, I'm not going down there. That's for sure.
Sorry, we're described as dried hillocks.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we should wake the others up.
I think it already woke them up, right? If the ground's shaking.
No, sorry. It is far enough down the hill that you can make it out, but you can't. It's not like
It's not an earthquake. It's
nothing's happened to you yet.
What do you think, buddy? Should we wake up these cranky old wizards? Or should we go check this out?
Yeah, I'm already going around. Hey, wake up. Wake up.
Good idea. I wish I thought of that.
Wake up. Hey, wake up. Wake up.
All right, we wake up the peoples.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
So everybody can get their armor on and get ready to fight.
You are waiting with bated breath for something to happen. And sure enough, before much time has passed, something does happen. You are beset once again by a creature of the swamp. You cannot quite tell what it is from a distance. Sorry, this should be It is at the base of a hill, about 90 feet away from you.
Do we have our longbowmen with us? Can we
Yes.
Can we turn to them and say, "Loose, boys"?
They are all here. So you have 6 longbowmen and 2 infantrymen. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, looks like the salt vampire from Star Trek.
All right. And the one, let's see if I can make a special note regarding this one. Yeah, the one that's slightly tinted, okay, slightly tinted blue. That's Jeremy Jimble.
Sweet.
There we go. All right. Please declare spells.
I have none.
Yeah. I still have fairy fire. I think I had that declared. I will declare that.
All right. And now please roll a d6 for initiative for me. Okay, movement and missile fire. The creature is going to go first. It has a movement rate of 60 feet.
Oof.
I can get here. Oh. Oops. Oop. Whoops. I'm messing things up.
Oh, it's giant.
All right, it is now movement missile fire phase for you.
I'm going to fire a short bow at him.
I am going to
Alright.
fire my longbow.
Does 16 hit?
Oh, yep. I should give you an AC.
Oh, you're fine.
Its AC is a 20.
Oof. Nope. Nope. No, sir.
Damn.
Is there a tree nearby?
No. The closest one is in mud and swamp on the other side of the hill from it.
All right.
Well, I don't know what its AC is, but I have felled giants with my sling, so I'm slinging stones.
Don't forget that you have several attacks if you're using a bow.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that's
if
right.
somebody wouldn't mind rolling for your longbowman.
I will attack again. No.
I will also attack one more time. That is possible.
See some 20s. Urgh.
I don't think any of those hit.
Nope.
No.
It,
Bounced right off.
I think we should run away.
Retreat. Retreat.
Let's just bravely flee.
Run away. Run away.
At 60 feet, would be better to flee in the darkness. We can outrun it.
Yeah,
Is anybody in heavy armor?
I am.
All right. What do
So
you
it's
got to do to
Jeremiah.
get to movement rate 9?
Oh, I guess I could ditch my pack again.
I think unless we can think of a way to delay it, we need to do that.
Yep.
Look, I'm just saying, we don't have to outrun it, we have to outrun him.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't my technically wouldn't I have? Well, I guess I wouldn't have my pack on the wagon. I assume.
Also,
Actually, you would.
Okay, so
I mean, you know what I mean? Of course you would. Why would you
Yeah,
be carrying
yeah.
a pack around? That's the whole point.
right, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Am I
So-
crazy?
How
Right,
large is this creature? Is it very large?
swamp thing.
Its size is given. Size is not given. It's big.
I have a fishing net which is the 25 feet square, and I don't know if we throw it together if we have chance of
entangling
pooping
it.
it. Yes.
This is why we hired help.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
But I do want to cast my spell. I do want to illuminate it with eerie glow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Once we
It
get to the
is-
top of the round, we'll.
8 feet in girth and around 8 feet tall.
What is it made out of? Fleshy
It
parts?
is. It's shockingly hard to tell at this distance. Probably harder than it should be. It seems to blend into the very ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a pretty big giant. Maybe we run for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just we've got a horse and a cart. So the heavy folks, you throw all your crap on the cart right away. We get the movement rate 9, and then we book it and we get out of here and we flee
Yep.
into the night to the south on the road. I'm assuming
Yep.
this blocks the path to the north. If not, obviously we go north.
Right.
Morning soon, also, hopefully. Right,
I mean,
last watch.
I did do a roll, and it is approaching from the east.
Approaching from the east. Okay, so we could just flee to the north.
Yeah.
These swamp encounters are brutal, dude.
Awesome.
Love them.
Yeah.
Love it.
I do like the net idea.
Right, that was good.
Maybe we should.
I mean,
dig
I like it too.
I do like that we have a net, and it has come up several times that we wish we had had a net, so that it's not a...
Christopher, does Varger casting Fairy Fire illuminate this sort of obscurity around this creature in any way?
Yeah.
That maybe would cause a 19 on a die to also hit.
Yeah, so you would get a +2 from being able to see it clearly and being at a height advantage.
Okay, cool.
This creature is a enormous mass of chaos twitched branches, moss, sludge, and grime. It might be mindless or it might be malicious, but whatever you know, it is currently attacking you.
Okay.
Like a clump of hair you pull out of your drain.
Let's see, what would that thing hate the most?
Fire.
Fire.
I was gonna ask, are we near a fire?
Yeah. We should have one going, right? At least coals.
Yeah.
Did we light an arrow? I don't know.
I think we should get away from this thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, but we
Yeah,
should
we're
run.
yeah. That's our present concern.
Upon illuminating it with fairy fire, your mercenaries all concur that running is the best option here.
Yeah. I'm listening to them. They have
They've
survived.
guided enough people through the swamps that they know that this is not. So now, it's tough to say if they would have said that to any beast or demon that came from the swamps, but they're saying it with this one for sure.
Okay. I have a question. Looking back through the rules, it does not, as far as I can tell, somebody tell me if I'm wrong, define what it means for a magic user to prepare a spell. So, how do you rule that? First edition would say 4 hours plus 10 minutes per spell level, or something like that.
Yeah, I think you said Padrag has not taken a watch, correct?
He has not.
And then this is going to be late in your watch rotation. So I would assume that you would have had enough rest to be able to cast a spell.
Okay. And
Now, I'm to understand that magic users they don't need to prepare specific spells. They have access to all of their spells that they know that they can cast depending on how much magic they have that day, right?
the opposite. I have to pick one. The cleric.
Okay.
Actually, no, we both have to pick. Actually,
Yeah. That's the case for all three types of magic then.
Yeah, and then rest is also, unless somebody also tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's defined either. How do you do rest? Like, do we need a certain amount of sleep, or how does that go? How does that work?
Yeah, I think it's really tough for me to say if there's not a rules determination in there. I would say 6 hours per person is probably appropriate rest.
I think the only time it's mentioned is in order to get your 1 hit point per day, you must have uninterrupted rest.
Right.
Well, if that's the case, then let's march on to Gunderholfen.
Yep.
Yeah. You escape the creature as it lumbers behind you.
Does it shamble perchance?
It does something. The fairy fire fading in the distance as you make your great escape. Now we have a bit of a different issue. You are in the middle of a swamp and it is dark out. How far do you want to travel from where you were before stopping and attempting to get your bearings and make sure you're on the right way?
Well, we have light. Do we think that the sun is about to rise soon, or do we think it's still going to be hours? Do we think it's going to be more than 4 hours, let's say?
It's not going to be more than 4 hours.
Then we have a path, we have light. We're not going to become lost.
We should know down to 10 to 15 minutes when the sun's going to come up, because since we're outside constantly.
Yeah, I think the only thing we need to consider is that some things can surprise more easily in the dark. And they can hit us and we can't hit them from the road. So if something can shoot us, we would be devastated. And we'd be fleeing again. I think that is probably just as well as us being stationary, though. In the dark, on the road. So, being that we have light, we know how long it is, we have our rest, I think we should go.
After another hour, hour and a half or so, the black turns into gray, turns it into light, and you can see once more. It is now 5 a.m.
I burn an hour and a half of an oil lamp.
Okay. Please mark that off. You reach the hills at around 11:30. You can see at the top, or near the top of the hill rather, some sandy-colored ruins that contrast with the dense greenery of the hill. You are on the south side of the Great Hill, which you know to house the mighty Gunderholfen. What do you do?
So, we want to go up into the sandstone, right? Where there are these ruins. And then on that higher ground, we probably want to keep, like, a guard and an ostler in our wagon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe, do we want to actually keep all of our forces there? And here's my thinking. Thinking like back infantry tactic days again, 5-point contingency plans. Like, if they're in trouble, they should either flee back home, which we don't want them to do, or they should come get us. So the first thing would be to come get us. Like, get the wagon, get the horse, try to get us or get to the road. And then, same with us. If we get in trouble, we need to get back to them and find them. And if we fail in that, we go to the road. Does that make sense? And
yeah.
The reason I'm thinking that is because I don't think we want to just leave an ostler and a couple of guards with our stuff. And we also don't want to just carry our stuff. I think, right? Because we could get everybody moving at movement rate 9 in heavy armor and weapons. And we could, yeah. Also, maybe we get the XP for what we find that way, too.
Yeah. Some of these caves are tight, too. Once you start getting 9-10 people in here, it's like elbows to, whatties.
And they won't follow us anyway, so that, if we do find an entrance and are able to identify it and go down and map it so that we can...
Other than them finding us, is there any way we could set up a system maybe where there's a warning, possibly? Any kind of item maybe that would work? Well,
whistle is in here, I think, and I didn't get one.
I might have a whistle on me. Actually, let me check my sheet.
I might be thinking.
Someone had a whistle. Someone had a whistle.
We could have a safe word.
I mean, oh God, I don't want to die is a good one.
Right.
But anyways, there are signal whistles. If anybody has one, if anybody doesn't have one, we're screaming. We don't have flags. We don't have banners. We can't make a fire. So
we're just yelling.
Screaming in common will get our attention.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good idea.
If anyone can wolf whistle really well.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go to the top of the hill. Look around the ruins. Find a defensible position for the wagon and the horse. Can the wagon and the horse get up there? They did last time, I guess.
The paths are easily large enough for the wagon and the horse to get up.
Okay.
Winding and chaotic in nature though they may be, it's also not too terribly difficult to just stampede over the brush.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get to the top where the ruins are. Find the most defensible position that we can for everybody, and have them set up. Unload the things we don't need. And this is just for reconnaissance and mapping. So let's get. Is it possible? Just throwing this out here, you guys in heavy armor, is your fastest movement rate 9? Just real quick. Just quick thumb math.
With just my armor and weapons, yeah.
Okay, so we're movement rate.
I'll leave my pack.
Otherwise,
I just like
all right.
Dump all my extraneous gear.
I have 12.
You have what?
I have 12.
12. Okay. So we're at movement rate 9. Everybody else, like me, for example, I've got strength 11, so I will carry everything that's like rope, oil lamps, crowbars, pythons, everything that we could use to try to crack into something, investigate something, I'll carry.
All right. I have 50 feet of rope and a lantern. And some 2 flasks of oil.
Yeah, I have. I'm easily at movement rate 12. I have no armor, and I have a +5 carry monitor. So, like magic user, I'm sure the druid is similar. So we'll pack mule all of this, just stuff like oil lamps and crowbars and ropes. The fishing net, some food, and some money.
You can load me down. I have a 30-pound backpack. It's pretty much empty, so
yeah.
Throw it on. Yes.
Yeah, I rewatched a bit of episode 2, I think, and the first door you came to was described as a moss door. I know I brought this up last time, but I just want to scrape the moss off that damn door and see if there's some secret words underneath there.
Searching for it in the afternoon sun, you realize that it might be too late in the season for much moss to be present on anything, because you don't find anything that seems to be mossy.
Now, we've already investigated the ruins up here. I think there are 3 of them. We've already searched them. And I think we specifically said that, right? We want to go to these ruins and search them. I think.
How long would it take to walk around the perimeter of this hill?
The whole depends on where you are. If you're at the base of the hill, probably 2 hours. If you're near the middle, probably closer to an hour.
Okay. So I had pitched, and we can still do this if y'all are into it, but I had pitched casting detect pits and traps, snares and pits rather. Detect snares and pits. But I don't know if that's going to actually reveal anything.
Well, we said we were going to do a full day here, right? That's part of the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're doing that, then I do think it would. Yeah, I think that's a great plan. But the thing that we have to hope for is that we're going to find something,
Yeah.
I guess not finding something tells us something, but as a starting point, what do you all think about? I actually like this idea, a cloverleaf reconnaissance, where we start at the base of the hill, do a 2-hour trek entirely around it, have detect traps out. And when does that run out? That runs out, though, in what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
I get 120 minutes per casting. And if
I don't remember that. That's amazing. Oh, it's because it's only pits. It's pits and snares.
It's pits and snares.
That's almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only useful outside, and it's only a range of 30 feet.
So we should start by like it's a clover leaf or kind of. Let me see if I can draw this. I cannot draw this. I don't have drawing. Okay, can you see my cursor, Christopher?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So imagine that we get to the base of the hill, and we're going to go out to any point of entrance. So if there's a hill here or something that's different, we're going to start there, and then we're going to come back, and we'll be on the opposite end of the hill, and then we're going to start that spell, right? And from the opposite end of the hill with that spell cast, we're going to go around once. So it forms this clover leaf. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think at the base of the hill.
We don't want to backtrack on what we already know because we're already
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that the whole walkabout will take the entirety of the time for your detect snares and traps.
That's cool.
Snares and pits. I'll describe to you what you find around the base of this hill. First, there are 3 major points of interest. They are ruins on the side of the hill. There's one on the south side of the hill, which is sandy colored. There is one on the west side of the hill, which is dark limestone. And there is one on the north side of the hill, which is also dark limestone. Let me double check that. Yep, dark limestone. On the east side of the hill, while it's still maybe 1 or 2 miles away, you can see that there is a large ravine that runs north to south. The ruins all have paths leading up to them from the base of the hill. Some of the ruins have several paths. The sandy stoned one on the south of the hill has only one path, not including any that you made, going up and down. There are no snares nor pits at the base of the hill.
Okay.
Or within 30 feet of the base of the hill.
So this is our 120-minute reconnaissance. These are the things that we looked at. We've already looked at the ruins. Some questions as we walk by this ravine. The ravine, how deep is it? How far across is it? What's on the other side? What can we see?
It is impossibly deep.
Whoa.
Hold on. There is module stuff for this. I want to make sure I'm getting this right.
Just be careful not to reveal too many of our numbers to anything that may be down in the ravine looking up. Maybe just one person go up to the edge, 1 or 2.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What you can see towards what you can see in the ravine is that it appears to be a disgusting, stinking mass of marsh and swamp. But that is rare to be able to see that far down. For the most part, it is darkness. Here we go. It runs further than your eye can see in either direction. Wait, I want to double check that. Yep, it runs further than your eye can see in either direction. And that's all you know.
And we can't see what's on the other side of it. And how far it is to the other side? 100 feet, 200 feet, 20 feet.
It doesn't say So I'm gonna say it is more than 200 feet.
Do we
Okay.
hear any froggies croaking or anything down there rustling around?
It's too deep to. It's really too big to hear anything particular.
Okay. All right. I think that this is like these must be subhexes then, for this to be 2 hours. But it not yeah. And actually, I don't care if I made a hex, like a 6 mile thing. We've basically looked through the whole thing. Like we've looked all the way around it. We've checked the ravine. We've looked at all the ruins. I don't think there's anything on the outside of it that we can find, right? So, and then the only other thing that we haven't checked within it, as described, is there is this path that goes down into the ravine, or is that a different ravine? Last time you said that from the sandstone ruins it goes down into the ravine.
That is that path leads to the mouth of the snake, which is in a dell in between two hills.
Yeah, there's a dell between two hills. That's right. We haven't looked around those hills and the into that valley that's down in there. That's the only other place that I have. Do you have anything else? JC, do you have anything else on your map? I see you posted your map. Just kind of looking sideways here.
Yeah, no, I'll put another one up.
No, it's good. It's awesome, man. I really appreciate it.
That's what I have, and I was just going to ask for clarification. The ravine runs to the east of the hill where the snake mouth is, right?
It is to the east. It runs north to south.
Yep. Okay. Cool. No, that's what I got. I think your understanding is my understanding.
So the sandstone ruins were described as being really barren and worn down over time, either through abuse or just the weather. What I thought unique when I was listening back was the entryway, the snaky fang thing. That was not wore down. In fact, the fangs were still attached. I don't know if it means anything, but
the fangs seem to operate more as columns on either side of the entrance.
That's right. That's right.
The rest of the snake's mouth appears to be some sort of outcropping or overhang.
All right.
The big difference being that the entrance into the first level, the snake's mouth, and much of the first level is carved directly from the rock. The ruins are the remnants of stones in square masonry.
Well, this way.
So what do we think people did in these ruins when they lived here? Was this like the pavilions upstairs?
It doesn't look like any like a ruined city or anything.
Yeah.
We got some hints of that the first time we were here. There are also these two large piles of bones, detritus, down at the base of the near end of the side of the hill. And there's evidence of stuff that goes into another. Actually, something. We saw something when we were investigating the ruins the first time we came here. I can't remember.
There was broken weapons and such.
Yeah.
Right.
There were broken weapons, and then maybe that was it. Yeah, and it was in the ruins. Yeah, I don't know
there
why.
There were corpses as well.
Right. On the near side. That was one of the first things we saw. So evidence of fighting. Some of them, if I recall correctly, they were not human or they were weird. And I think we know that this is a dwarven stronghold from
that is readily available information.
Okay, cool.
The dwarves in these lands were slightly different than you know them to be. They were more akin to gnomes or fairies, but that's just a little bit of lore for you.
But I assume they're all extinct, or
Nobody's heard of them for a long time, and they are slowly slipping into the myths and legends part of the world.
I'm just looking at something here real fast, but I think we've got what we need, and we might as well. It depends on the time of day, or else we should just go into the dungeon. Find it here. It is here. It says movement. Yeah.
Maybe these pavilions up here were like trade areas where other groups of people would come to the dwarves. You know, their fortress below, and up here is where they would have dealings with other elves or humans. Or
Yeah, that is an interesting idea. That's kind of like a market, above ground market or something. Well, anyways, I propose that. Well, actually, what time of day is it now? So it was 11 o'clock, and another 2 or 3 hours pass. What is it? 2 o'clock now. 3 o'clock.
About 1:30.
I say we get right into the dungeon then, and we keep mapping that sucker out.
yeah.
If we give them a 5-point contingency plan. If they don't hear from us within 2 days, they are to leave and head to town. If they're under duress, they are also to take the same procedure. And if we don't hear from them, they can expect us to do the same.
Okay. Welcome back to Gunderholfen. The stones are damp and slimy. As you walk down the great corridor leading to doors you're familiar with, you recognize that what you're doing is, for all intents and purposes, completely foolish or even insane. And yet, as you approach an open door leading to the first room of the dungeon, you brave heroes steel yourselves for another massacre, whether it be you or your enemies. What do you do?
We head straight ahead through the first door to the far end of the room where there's the and we haven't discovered any ways down yet, right? That one area was just a different part. It was just we didn't fully explore it, but it just went like down. It wasn't a different level, right?
Not so far as you can tell.
All right, we go down here. There's a pit here. We will. I don't have the map up, so you guys back me up on this. But I need to figure out a good way to have that map up. But I know there's a pit here. We will avoid the pit, and then we'll head south down this corridor.
rickety old wooden stairs, right?
Very rickety, very old, very wooden.
We'll go to the past this door here. Now, from here, this is something we didn't talk about, but I'm almost curious to just like explore where these kobolds have cleaned this area up, or, you know, we've sort of been exploring linearly, like we've been trying to go out as far as possible. And an interesting thing that has happened from that is it keeps going. Like it just keeps going. So I don't know. What do you all think about like changing our plan? Is that what your map looks like, JC? Where it just kind of like keeps going and you have to piece them together? We go to the caves, and then the caves go into another place, and so on and so forth.
There is if we're heading south right now, to our right is this door that we have not gone. We've gone through, but there's a portcullis on the other side. Do we have gear to get through the portcullis?
We have some options to get through a portcullis. Yeah, we should. Let's do it. Is this a portcullis or is it a door?
That is the door.
All right, let's take our time. This is what I want to let me throw out my whole plan. Y'all tell me what you think. In this area, we get to this door in the portcullis and we slow down. And we have guards in the rear. We have the thief check everything. and we take our time with the portcullis and think about it and poke at it. What do y'all think? That's the general scheme.
I think that's pretty solid.
Okay, so I'm not trying to move fast right now. Okay, so let's listen to this door and guard around the thief while they do that.
Before we get into a mess, did we all have time to prepare spells?
The only spell I have is stabbing.
From the night before, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I cast one. I have heat metal. That's just saying I have heat metal.
No.
Okay.
What is your thief's listen at doors?
3 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. From what I just saw. Level 1 thieves. I was going to say level 1 is 3 to 6. From what I'm reading.
On the other side of the door, you do hear something. It is the unmistakable sound of chittering, chattering, and shrieking and squealing.
I remember this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna try to act it out if you guys wanted to.
Yeah. How does that go again? How does that go?
Of course.
It's something like a. Something like that.
So your compressor or your noise filter is blocking, but it's actually just making it sound more warped, and it's really creepy. So you got an effect there anyway.
I was just like, oh.
Layer it. We all tried at the same time, and it would sound really great.
So I remember this thing. This was the problem when we checked this out, is that the creatures were here, and it's like obviously a trap.
Yeah, I almost died.
I remember saying this last time. The problem is there's got to be a way to get on the other side. This can't be the only way in, right? Like there's got to be. So to just put ourselves in that position on the near side of a portcullis where these monsters are like smiling, waiting for us to do something stupid, feels stupid. This is what I remember now.
So if I can ask a question.
I was hoping they'd be gone, but if they're there, then that just means that they're ready to play with us. Go ahead.
So I was just going to ask a question. This portcullis from before, is it like all the way to the ceiling? Like the whole thing, is it surrounded by like rocks on all sides, or is it like kind of like built into like a rock face almost that I could climb up maybe?
We didn't look at that. I remember this being a part of the I don't remember there being anything like chasms mentioned or like huge sections of the ceiling. You know, I don't remember that being described. And so, I mean, I'm sure. Oh, go ahead. Well, let me pitch this, and then I'm gonna throw it out to you all. I apologize. I remember this now. If they weren't there, like waiting to try to spring something on us, and if this were the only way in, I would say let's mess with them and take the risk, maybe. But given that there's got to be some other way around them, and they're just waiting to try to screw with us and kill one of us, and they may. Ask me how I know. So I actually go with my past self. All right, throwing it out to you all. What do you think?
I mean, I don't like the idea of like going to that portcullis.
Like if they weren't there, like just smiling, waiting, come up to the portcullis, come on up, like that.
It also didn't help that there was this really ominous glow behind it either. I remember that part.
I will say, if you're remembering that, you would recognize it as. So I don't have it marked out, but these here are all light sources. So there are burning torches here.
They're actually burning?
Yeah, this place is obviously still occupied.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
And that includes there was a torch in that room that those little dudes were in behind that portcullis, and that's what you saw. It wasn't any sort of it was just mundane torchlight.
Guys, those guys don't need torchlight. That's creepy. Something's going on.
That's what I was saying, though, kind of like what Ross was saying. You got two kobolds or whatever the hell they were sitting there staring at you with a bunch of glowing torches. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Okay. I think the better way to approach this obvious trap is behind, not direct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on.
So as far as I can tell from my mapping, if there is a way in, like there might be a secret door, like along this wall, or there is a latrine that's to the south.
There is a
Down
latrine?
over here.
It is.
There is a latrine.
I don't have that in my notes. Gosh dang it.
So there might be a secret door, but we did search. Some of us got our hands quite dirty digging through the latrines.
Oh, you already did
So,
that. Okay.
Yeah, I dug through poop.
I mean, we could try. We haven't searched this area of this room.
Let's search the room and the walls. Let's do that.
Yeah. And maybe there's a secret passage. I will say we didn't actually approach the portcullis either, so there could be a pit trap right in front of it too. You know?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, give me 1 second.
We'll have 2 fighters guard either entrance, and otherwise the rest of us will search the walls, the ceiling, the floor, and we'll pour some oil and water into the floor to see if it runs, and into the latrine to see if there's a sump.
Okay, who is guarding which door? And who is searching?
Malchi's on the ping.
I'll guard the other door.
Great.
Alright, so... Okay, so Mulch is here, and then Ralston is here.
Let's have Jeremiah stand next to Mulchy too.
Yeah.
Ralston, Mr. Jimble, Mulchy, Padraig, Barger, Cutter, and missing somebody.
I can
Nope.
flank someone.
Oh yeah,
Right
Father
now.
Grunt.
I have an AC in 14, so deploy me as you will.
1 second.
I don't like that.
Oh no.
Oh.
Ralston sees 3 kobolds come around the corner, and they are just as surprised to see you as you are to see them.
All right.
Hold on. Ross, would you please roll me a d4?
All right.
4.
All right.
Oh, Ross. I thought you said Ralston. I'm sorry.
Everyone is able to hold on to their respective weapons. The kobolds. Wait, hold on. I'm going to see if any of them can speak common. The kobolds shriek and chitter away at themselves, holding their spears, brandishing them at you, but don't immediately move in to strike you.
I've got my pole arm held out in front of me, like, bring it. Come on.
All right, that will provoke. Well,
Well,
let's see.
maybe, I don't know.
Does anybody speak kobold or anything?
No.
How do you do languages? Do you learn them? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
There's nowhere you would have been able to learn Kobold unless you had press ganged one that could speak both Kobold and Common, and had absconded with its services
Side
for
quest.
a period of several weeks.
Right.
Now some of them do speak Common, just not these guys apparently. They are going to flee.
And
That's
should I
not
shoot them
good.
with arrows? Should I shoot them with arrows? Oh, I guess they're too fast.
No big deal. They own this place anyways. Like that doesn't really change anything.
But I was gonna say, are you sure they're not going to go get reinforcements?
Yeah, do we get a party?
I hope they do.
That?
I hope they bring enough of them.
There doesn't appear to be any secrets along this wall.
Okay.
I hope they bring 2d8 of them.
Ross really wants to kidnap a kobold.
That would be super nice. If we found
Keep it
one
as
that
a-
spoke common, we should tie
keep
him
it as
up
a
and
pet.
slowly go around and smack him and be like, "Do you speak common?" And they go, "Wah, wah, gah," and then stab him
You
and
do
then go to
now.
the next one.
The next one.
Some among you know certainly of one in these in this ancient fortress that does speak common.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we can go kidnap the king.
The king? Did you guys do something when I was gone? That sounds really important. I feel like I need
to
to.
learn common real quick.
I feel
somebody
like
should
I-
fill Ross in on this
I
one.
feel like I
probably.
need to be in on this one. Like, is there something I should know? Padraig
Oh,
is like,
jeez.
a king?
Yeah, we met the king of the kobolds. Pretty wicked.
Okay. I wonder if he has less than 4 hit dice.
I didn't.
I think he might, but maybe not his giant lizard guards.
Oh.
Oh, that's
okay.
right. Yeah.
Where did you find him at? Was it past the caves?
It
Or-
is let's head that way because there's some other areas that we can look at.
Okay.
So it's like
Can you guide us that way? We're not going to hang out
Yeah.
here anyway. We will
Alright.
go at half speed, yeah, and use the. Does anybody have a pole? I don't have one.
I have a 10-foot pole.
Could you please use your 10-foot pole at every intersection and corner and any change in elevation?
I can.
There's a door here with a hallway 10 feet wide that leads west to east.
It'd actually be really nice to have the pits and snares spell now,
Yeah.
actually, because this is
it
exactly
only
the
works
kind of...
outside for me.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I can't commune with the sky here.
Right. Okay. This is why steel is what you can trust, not the sky. But anyways,
Aren't you a wizard?
Padraig doesn't say that. Padraig's just weirdly quiet and has hooves for feet. All right.
Oh, that's
But
right. Yeah.
Can you map us
Yeah.
there? Yeah, please.
Yeah, we want to go this way. We're gonna go down the narrow hallway to the north. We will come up to this first intersection, and we will swing to the east. Assuming we don't.
Second.
Yep. Assuming we don't encounter anyone. I hear dice rolling.
Yeah,
Right.
give me just 1 second. You know,
Uh-huh.
1 in 6 is really not that rare, as it turns out.
I like XP.
It really isn't that rare. Coming out, so you're about here. Coming out of what you think was a latrine at some point is at least 3 kobolds.
What are they?
At least 4 you can see from here. They smell horrid. Upon seeing you, making a lot of noise, they quickly grab their spears and their short swords and their slings. They try to one of them attempts to parley with you. One in the second rank with a spear says, "What are you doing here? This is our home. You can't be here."
I lean in toward who's the smooth talker here? Maybe Varger. Is
Not Parker. I mean, I can try.
It
but
was-
he's not.
It
gifted.
was both.
It was, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I lean in toward, I don't know who it would be. Maybe the cleric.
I
I
I have a plus one.
I say, If you can distract them for a moment, I have something in my bag for this. And if you all can just talk with them, I'll get behind somebody and prepare to cast sleep. Because this is the big treasure we can get this session, is a talking kobold.
Yeah.
Oh, you want? Okay.
I'm digging in my coin purse, and I just asked, do they like shinies? Do they like?
I mean, they might.
Are you asking that of the kobolds?
No, I'm just asking like the group in general. Then I will like hold up a gold coin and just be like, "Hey, you like shinies?"
The one in front sniffs a little bit, and then you see him shake his head as it was clearly a bad idea. And he goes, "Where did you get that? Did you steal that from us?" He's very suspicious of you.
I just literally look at him and I go, "Actually, I got this off an old woman back. I don't know what the city was called, but it was before I got here. I don't know. She was old and she was gonna die in like 5 days anyway. But beside that point, I'm just literally like talking, just trying to give him time. That was what
Right.
Russ, remind me how long a round is. Is that 10 minutes in combat?
No, a round
Okay,
is...
it's a minute in combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're long rounds. Okay. I'm going to say that you're able to distract them for at least a minute.
Okay.
By telling a story. They're not particularly intelligent, and they're not really eager to go fighting with you guys.
Okay.
Ross, please make your sleeping roll.
See me fall over too.
6 of them fall asleep. And I put
Oh.
it behind them. I don't, like that I can see.
No, that's perfectly fine. There were exactly 6 of them.
Wow.
What would you like to do with them now that they are hung shoe?
I'm taking out my rope and I'm tying up the one that can talk.
Do we might be able to work things out. First of all, real quick, maybe this isn't quick, but I'll try just to ask. Your relationship with the king, good? Like, did you talk to him?
I mean,
it was kind of more of a, you can help me if you want, but I don't consider you a friend type thing.
That's great. That's kobold for friend. That's great. Okay, we can work with that. If that's the case, maybe we can dice up our rope and get everybody to tie these little fillers up, and then the thing is, as soon as we move them, they're going to start squalling. Maybe we gag them too. And also, they're probably a backpack each or more. So we probably just... Here's my question. Let me frame the situation. Do you all want to get the guy who can talk and a handful and then get out and get back to the base camp? Or do you want to kill most of them, get the guy who can talk, and get out the base camp?
I think we should try to get them all, don't you?
No, because that would be like literal piles of, like there's 6 of them, so we're like,
right.
We're gonna be at movement rate. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say
true.
My inclination is kill all of them but the one that can talk, unless we have a use.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, fair.
That's
fair.
My reasoning is that we may actually be able to work with this faction. Like,
I hate to say we can tame him, someone, but domesticate.
We might. Now, killing his friends might actually not matter, but it might. So, like, I'm just proposing the possibility, like, maybe we don't want to play that card. And killing 4 kobolds is not a lot of XP. It doesn't improve our security a lot. It doesn't change a lot about the dungeon. So that's my still manning the let's not kill all the kobolds in their sleep.
We could take all of their belongings and leave them, and just take him.
Yeah.
I would like to convert them.
You would. Varger looks to Father Umlaut and says, "I would like to see this.
These are beings of the mythic darkness. They cannot know love. As I understand your ways, you care about that sort of thing, benevolence and duty and things. They know nothing of that, only what is stronger than them. But anyways, what does everybody else think? What do you think, Roos?
Yeah.
What do you want to just take? Do you want to let him live or kill him? That's what I'm framing here.
Thumbs up is live and thumbs down is kill, right?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Hugs? Kill.
I like your last speech about these. Yeah.
Kill him.
Chaotic
Okay.
beings of no love.
All right.
We'll get to talk on one of them.
We got 2 votes for killing him. What do you think, Eddie?
I say we keep the one who can talk, take him with us, try to I don't know, somehow get him to work with us and kill his companions.
All right, John, what do you think?
Well, I don't like killing them in their sleep. It's against my religion, but you do what you have to.
All right, Roos, you're the swing vote.
I just twirl my dagger in my hands. Say no more.
Oh, there you go. Okay, all right, we'll kill them all. We'll take it any valuables they have. Look around before we leave and see where they came from. See if we can see any footpaths. You said they smelled. Is there a path of muck, and stuff they stepped in?
If you look beyond the sleeping kobolds, you will find more than a path. Something similar to a small mountain.
Of just dung. What are they doing back? They're going to poop. They're just crap back there.
They're going.
Yeah, it's they're literally.
Or rather, they're coming back from pooping.
Yeah, man, what a way to go!
What a way to go, man!
All right.
Hey, at least they were relieved.
Yeah.
I always think about hiding the corpses. Do you guys want to?
Oh, just throw them in the poo.
Yeah. Bro, yeah. Is there enough to?
Yeah, absolutely. Take your 10-foot pole and put it on their chest and just go.
Okay.
And then get the next one and do the next one that way and just keep doing that until they're all in the poo.
Yep, true.
Real quick, Russ, I cannot seem to find rules on pressing monsters into service in the Green Book for Swords and Wizardry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said pressing them into poop.
I
was going to agree. I was going to say, if you find that rule, let me know.
There's no dietary.
It's probably
for that.
in the Cess and Citadel or whatever that book is. Cess and whatever that one is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyways, pressing monsters into service. It's in OD&D. It basically says that if they're defeated, they can do a morale check, and if they fail, then they're pressed into service, and that's it.
Yeah. I would say that is, I mean, putting them to sleep is defeating them, right? Okay. And then these being especially diminutive creatures of chaos, no power. The rule of the might is right? And you have bested them, and it's not like they're going to put up any fight. So this guy is going to be good to go. Now he's not going to like being out in the world, but I mean, probably prefers it to a slit throat and being pushed into dung.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, great.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anybody got a little hat for this guy? I might not like the sun so much.
I mean,
give him a little hat.
Hats for kobolds. Start a charity in town.
Okay. So did you say you wanted to bring them back up top at this point right away? Bring this guy right away?
Yeah. If he doesn't wake up, someone should carry him. If he does wake up, we should ask him on the way out about the portcullis.
Okay. I think that is a spell determination. I don't know how long spell lasts, or sleep lasts.
Oh, it's like an hour.
Is it? He's not going to wake up then. He's in a magically induced sleep.
Okay. Yeah, then I don't think we should risk him making noise.
Right. Okay. We will put him to sleep. All right. Heading back to the outside with your new kobold friend. It is apparent that the people whom you have hired to guide you across the swamps are not well versed in chaotic creatures, and they're a little bit alarmed to see you A, exiting the dungeon at all, and B, taking one of the denizens of chaos directly from its lair to join you in your caravan.
Do not be alarmed, fellow humans. We will study the creature and learn its secrets, and then we will know pathways down in ways of reaching the riches of this place, and you will be wealthier for it.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're heading right back to Longfeld then?
We don't have to do that, right? Like, we have a little base camp here. Let's talk to our kobold friend and smack him around.
They're probably gonna less in the city with him anyway.
All right. After about an hour, so it's close to 2:30 now. The being awakes. He's alarmed and he doesn't like being out in the sun. It's still a beautiful day out, but he hates it.
I totally want him to be my friend now. Can I have a kobold? I want this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him until he's my friend. That's the only way I know how to make friends. I can do this in this game.
Same. I just I didn't realize
you have to be my friend now. Huh?
I didn't realize the session was going to descend into Stockholm.
Yeah.
Is that worse, or is actual torture worse? You might be right. You might be right.
I mean, at least Stockholm syndrome. You're not like torturing someone. So
yeah, Charm Person affects living bipeds of human size or smaller. That is definitely the description of a kobold.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so just a starter, don't be alarmed, my small friend. You're not in any danger. We just want to speak. But there could be great rewards in it for you if you work with us.
He failed his saving throw.
I didn't Charm Person. I'm sorry.
No. My bad. All right. Then
I want to. But I don't. I cast
he's a charming person.
I cast sleep, so I don't have anything else. I'm level 1.
Oh, right. Well, he's relatively charmed by you.
Although this makes me realize that I need to get to work on making spell scrolls in convening weeks and spend the gold on it. But go ahead.
Yeah, he if he's not tied up, he falls to his knees. If he is tied up, he metaphorically falls to his knees, and he begs you for the rarest thing that he knows to ask for.
Death?
Mercy.
Oh, mercy.
Oh. No, death is the most abundant thing that he's familiar with.
You will live, small friend. We could be allies. It could be a world that you couldn't dream of riches and comfort. You could live not in fear anymore. All we need is an arrangement, information. If you could, tell us, show us things. Could work out very well for you.
He thinks about it for a second. He can practically see the gears turning. He goes, I could live like the boss?
Yes, you could be the boss. I draw little stick figures of kobolds with the ears. Like, I don't know if he has ears. I'm just making it up. Let's say he does. Yeah. So it's like stick figures, except it has ears, and I take the time to scratch it in the sand. And I scratched like 5 of these, and then to the side I scratched like 30. And then I scratch a bunch of them really quick so it swells up a whole area, because I assume he can't count. And I point with the stick to one of them that's like 6 or 7 or whatever. And I'm like, how many would you say you are down there?
Thinks about it. He points to the the really big group, the biggest of the 3.
What else? What do you usually? What do you usually see down there? What did we see? What did we fight? We fought like a ogre or something. What was it we fought?
The greenies
The-
and an ogre outside.
Yeah.
No,
A ghoul.
inside the ghoul. Was it a ghoul?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Or
so.
something.
Yeah.
What else is down there? And I point back to the entrance.
He thinks about it for a second. He says, "The hated greens. They have their own place. And then further past them are the big nasty ones. In the caves there are rats, many tons of rats, and the flesh terror. We don't go that way anymore. There's nothing for us there. But we eat the mushrooms of the caves, and we fight with the greens, and we fight with the nasty ones, and all the he turns over to look at Cutter and look at his coin pouch. He says, "Oh, the shinies go to Clixie."
Clixie, that's the boss?
Yes, Boss Clixie. Him and the shaman.
Does that coincide with what we know from the king?
Say that again?
Does that coincide with what we know of the king you guys met?
Yeah, Clixie is the king. We
Yeah.
didn't know about the shaman.
The greens, they are our size or your size?
Oh, you are much bigger than them. You are more the size of the nasty ones.
How, in what way are they nasty?
He thinks about it for a second. He goes, "They just are. They kill us and they take our things."
They nasty in that they take your things.
Evil wretches. They cannot harvest their own mushrooms, so they take ours. They kill us and they take our shinies.
I take the bedroll that's on the wagon that is full of whatever we took from all the other kobolds, and I like cover it and I shove it away, and I'm like, horrid. Well,
turns out he's talking about us.
yeah.
Says they hate us for our power and wealth and beauty.
Yes, clearly so, my friend. Perhaps.
Are we the baddies?
No.
I think Clixie will not understand our arrangement. And that's unfortunate because we could help your kind. Perhaps instead you could show us where the hated greens are and the big nasty ones. We'll keep you safe, and there'll be compensation involved. And I like uncover some crap that I haven't like thrown away yet, along with, and I'll throw some gold coins in it and like a broken dagger as if it's like amazing treasure, you know.
He says, Clixie only wants a few things. He only likes shinies or food, especially meat. He gets most of the meat. He thinks about it for a second. He goes, I'm sure if you brought back some heads of greens, he would love that. He thinks about it for another second. He goes, I don't think he would like you.
I think you're right. What should we call you? Do you have a name?
That's such a good name. Oh yes. No, that's too normal.
It can't be like Todd. No.
I was gonna be Corey.
Corey.
Rickenbacker.
It was gonna be Corey
see that.
Pipeline. Was his name.
There's like 5 names. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. His name is going to be Cruxgar.
Crookscar. Okay.
Rockstar.
Crookscar, we want you to stay with us from now on. You won't be joining Clixie anymore, but in exchange, there will be no problems with rats, and we'll protect you.
He looks down, like downcast. He knows what's gonna happen. He knows he's gonna be treated as a servant and a second-class citizen. He's gonna be made to clean out latrines, and he's gonna be put in front of greens, and he knows exactly what his role is.
Nice. Good. Excellent.
This is the way of the world under the ground.
Yes. Above ground, too, it seems.
before it was Clixie, now it is Padraig.
Okay. Sorry, you all. I will shut up there. I just felt like some intelligence was... in some S2, some intel was needed there, and we got it. So, do you all have any evidence of where these other major factions are layered?
Greens are, or at least some of them.
They're goblins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. If there's like a hoard or treasure, just as an example, it's going to be sitting underneath Clixie.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not saying Clixie's the target, but what I am saying is if we can find pathways to where we know the leaders of the greens and nasty ones, we can know where the really valuable things are.
So I had a thought for Clixie. Like, maybe if he's dumb, there's a hallway that leads to his room. We could saturate that with oil. I've got 4 liters of oil, and we could try to get his guards to come out, and we could just light them on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we shouldn't be picking that fight unless we have a plan like that. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Now, actually, let me... Yes, so this is what I'm pitching is that we should find where the really valuable things are and take a chance. On that basis, do you all want to make a move against what you know now, which is a shaman, a spellcaster, and Trixie, and try to draw people out, kill Trixie, and take his stuff? Or do you want to wait and try to find these other factions and see what else is out there? It might be possible to try to draw these factions into combat and use them against each other. I guess what I'm saying is, do y'all want to make a big, risky move right here and now? Or do you want to try to fill this out more and take the risk of 1 or 2 people, 2 characters dying every so often, and either way, there's downsides.
Did we ask him if there's any other additional ways inside, or any other, areas around here?
That's a great question.
Remember that?
Yeah, Crookscar.
That your question may require that question to be answered.
Right. Is there any other way in, out, above ground? I point back to the entrance.
He shrugs his shoulders. I guard the jail, and I guard the caves, and I fetch water, and sometimes I clean the poop room.
What's the jail?
Yeah, that's a good
It's the jail. It's where we keep the people who are in jail.
Do you have anyone interesting right now?
He thinks about it for a second. He goes, the last time I was guarding the jail, we had one of the big nasty ones in there, and another one that looked an awful lot like you lot. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Hey, that was a great question.
Yes, that's what he says. One of the big nasty ones, and another like you, but smaller and longer hair.
Well, a dwarf. That seems important too. Okay, this actually almost makes me think it would be good to take out this faction and rescue these people. Anyways, let me throw some things out here. It might be better to be aware of another faction and its leadership and actually make contact with it, because as it stands, we just have this one, that we could annihilate if we're lucky. And then what? Then what do we know? Whereas if we knew about another faction, we could start playing games with them, maybe. On the other hand, I've got 200 gold left, and it costs what? How much does it cost every time we come out here with mercenaries? 50?
That was like 100.
No, it was 100.
No, it wasn't quite 100, was it?
I think it was
for 3 days.
And we need them. Like, we will die if we don't have these fighters.
It is. Let's see.
Well,
2 gold per day.
It's a lot. Like, it's more
for 3
than
3 days for 8 dudes. So 19 gold times 3, almost 60 gold. So 50.
We got him for a week, I think.
I will ask if we just get the necklace tonight, can we pay off? Can we use that to pay them off? Sell it? Is that okay with you all?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and then it leaves whatever. We'll figure that out.
Or some money.
Let's ask Cruxgar. Is the jail? Is it close to the entrance? Is it just to the? It's to the west of this hall where the torches are burning, a little bit north of the latrines. Where's the jail?
It says it's right around the corner from the poop room and the pee room.
Oh, so you have both. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, the pee room's where we keep the javelins.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, as one does. Yeah.
Do you guys want to try to get him to open up the jail for us?
I think that I feel like you're piecing a whole plan together that is a really cool battle plan. Like, we've got the setting up an ambush. We should totally release like the prisoners and say, like, fight with us, fight for your life, and then like let's do all of that. I actually almost think that maybe we don't do this tonight because we're going to run out. We have 40 minutes, or maybe we do. Maybe in 40 minutes, this is exactly what we can do, is try to take down Cruxgar, find the shaman, take his treasure, liberate the prisoners, and shatter the leadership of these little critters here. We walk away with a lot of money, get a house, get some estate for characters going and stuff. Yeah, so what do you all think? So take a big risk now, or I don't think we should release the prisoners if we're taking it slow, because we need to either use surprise and like utterly attack and like do it all, or we need to try to be more circumspect, in my opinion. Maybe we don't want those prisoners loose. We don't know. What do you think, Hugs? Like, do you want to attack now, or do you want to wait?
I would like one more question from this dirty old kobold. This shaman fella, is he also kobold, or is he an
That's
ugly
a good question.
or a
That's
grainy?
a good question.
Yeah, he's a great kobold. He's very good at it. He knows lots of magics, and he protects us from that wants to harm us, and we give him shinies in payment.
Oh man, if I could charm that guy, oh my gosh.
Right.
We're talking spells, we're talking all kinds of stuff. But
yeah.
That starts with a sleep spell, which means that we need to sleep here tonight anyway. which is fine. And then the druid, what kind of spells you got that you think you could bring into this hole tomorrow?
Do I remember? Yeah, I got Fairy Fire, which might help a little bit. If I'm recalling what Clixie was wearing, was he wearing armor? Were there like armored folks in this room? I don't remember if we remarked what their gear at all.
Sure. What do you remember from that?
I remember there were 2 giant lizards.
Okay.
Is
So
that
you remember
accurate?
there was 2 giant lizards in the room.
Were they roaming free, or were they on a chain, or?
Jake?
I think they were on chains, but I could be misremembering.
That'll make a huge difference if they're on chains. All right. All right. Yeah. What do you think, Hugs? I mean, no pressure. We don't have to do this.
I do like your idea of finding another faction, but we did find one, Grannies. It was pretty much attack on sight. Everything we've heard from the kobolds means that they're just rough bastards. We'll just have to go through all this again.
Yeah.
Any other factions? I don't know. We'd have to dig down deeper. It may be too far out of our reach right now to find anything else.
You know what's really fun about this is we could actually spiral to death right now, and I love it. Because we've already taken out some of the treasure and we've already explored part of the way. If half of us die and we lose, for example, Eddie's level 3 character, we could end up in a position where it becomes too difficult. And I love it. I have I'm happy with that. But anyways, Eddie, what do you think?
I agree with Hugs.
Okay.
I forgot what I said. What did you agree with?
I believe you said we take it slow.
All right.
Gonna take it slow. Yeah.
I do kind of want to save them because
some caution.
I'm neutral, but I want to be a little bit better. I want to be more lawful. I kind of want to save these guys, but I'm mixed.
Yeah. So I think we can save the prisoners without we can kill all the jailers. They won't know it was us. Like Varger, even though he's neutral, he doesn't think you should be chained in a hole.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Well, do you all think, I mean, you want me to sleep so I can get my sleep spell?
That would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If the goblins' defenses may increase, the kobolds may increase now that we're stealing things from them, slaves.
All right. Okay. So
namely slaves.
We set up a watch here. I give Crux Girl some rations to eat, and let's camp out here for the night and then head back in. And let's try to liberate these prisoners. I like that.
What rations do you give to Cruxgar?
Well, it's I only have iron rations. So, you know, it's going to be
meats or veggies.
Oh, meat. I'll give him all of my dried meat, and I'll only eat vegan. So he has the meat part.
He is happy with that. He's actually more than anything probably a little bit confused because he's a slave, and slaves get gruel, but you're giving him meat, so he doesn't really know why. But I mean, he's not gonna correct you. He's gonna devour it in seconds.
Swamp meat.
Like pemmican, I guess.
In our Warhammer game on Saturday, pretty much the first thing they did was make horse jerky.
Nice.
This promo was like, "This is the greatest horse jerky you'll ever taste."
That is the most Warhammer thing I've ever heard.
Well.
Okay, so you rest for the night on Gunderholfen Hill.
We may fight 6 more things before morning, so all of our plans maybe, go to place.
I assume that you have your mercenaries taking the watches instead of yourselves.
Yes.
Okay. Well, at least one of us should be up each watch.
Yeah. We should have everybody doing some watches. We can shorten.
These are esteemed members of the city guard.
Right.
You don't trust
them. Real swampers.
And then, except for Padraig, he'll sleep. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. I keep reading it. I see I'm bringing my 5e brain into this game over and over again.
6 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
I kind of like the 6 hour thing. It seems reasonable, but it's like unnecessary, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, the night passes uneventfully, and your mercenaries look tired, but they know they can nap or hang out around all day. They don't have to go into the hole in the ground full of more things like that, gesturing to Kruxgar. It is 6 a.m.
All right, let's go back to the door with the serpent, the large rock, and I inform Crookscarl that I'm going to put a rope on him like a toddler, like he's going to have like a leash around his. It's going to have a netting leash around right here, and then it's going to come across here, and I'm going to have him. And I'm going to be like, now listen, Kruxgar, you are crucial for what we're about to do. We're going to defy Clixie. But it is for the good of your people. You'll see in time, but there'll be more meat and shinies. But you must be silent, and you must tell us how to get into the prison and where the guards are.
He nods sagely. He's been tied to things before.
Yeah, he's probably already been through this 3 or 4 times.
This is no
in
news.
the past week.
This is just how Gunderholfen works. Okay, let's go down into the hole.
All right. Let's see here.
We're just standing next to him while he's giving his speech with all the bloody weapons of his friends.
Yeah, as you venture further into the dank tomb of many of your friends, Kruxskarl tells you that there is only the one entrance to the prison, and he looks at you skeptically and he says, "Yeah, it'd be pretty bad prison if it had a back door."
True.
So there is no back door.
Shakes his head.
I see.
You go around the pit, and the door at the end of the hallway is closed.
Okay.
We wiped the poop off the 10-foot pole, by the way, before we came in.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Okay. We'll do the whole song and dance at this door. Guard the area, search around, and search for traps. And listen.
Okay, there doesn't appear to be any traps on this door, but you do hear the telltale gibbering of kobolds from the other side.
Side note, how much value is our captive kobold to us now?
Tremendous value.
Okay.
How could you value a kobold? How can you value a life, you know?
Right.
He's tremendously valuable, but
I'm not sure I could put a monetary.
I was thinking of marching order, where to put him.
Oh. I thought you were just gonna.
Is he still bound, or is he...
he's on my toddler leash.
Okay. He could be back with Paydrag.
Okay.
I just have this mental image.
Okay. We should use him, though. And we should either set up a trap, or we should genuinely try to convince them to go away.
I think a trap would be better. I don't
Yeah,
know what kind of trap.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, what we do is we, how wide is this hallway? Is it 5 feet? It's not 5. It's got to be bigger than that. That's crazy. 10 feet wide, or
10 foot, yeah.
The door is what? 5 feet,
think-
6 feet.
I think the next room is 20 feet wide. 15.
Okay.
Hard to say from the other side of a closed door.
So is the door 5 feet?
Yeah.
Which way does the door? Does it come toward us, or does it go in?
There is a thing in the module for this. I have to make sure I get it right.
The reason I'm asking this, guys, is that like let's set up our trap or ambush, in such a way that we can.
Doors are heavy wood
right.
with iron pull rings set on the right side of the door. They open outwards from rooms, so that'll open towards you.
Towards us. Okay, great. So then that tells me that we can be like on the opposite side of where it opens. There's 7 of us, 7.5 of us. We could have people that are going to simply fire arrows and stuff over here.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is kind of like back here.
Melee fighters just like.
And then we can use our food to try to food and money. And then, like, if they drop their weapons, I mean, let's let them go.
True. Yeah, I like it.
Well, where is to go? Out of the dungeon?
Yeah, they could do that. As long as they're not armed. And as long as they're not going back, there's no other way. Like, they could literally go back into the cavern area.
Right.
But, yeah. And if they fight us, then, well, then we have a bit of a problem. Okay. How to do this. We have to draw them out here because we saw what happened when we ran into an area they had prepared before, right? Whenever we ran in, they have traps. That's what kobolds do. So we could lose another 2 characters tonight. So we if we don't draw them out, then we need to just take our time. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to opening the door and just going in. Last time we did that, a character died.
Yeah.
They're going to do that if they can. So, okay. All right. Let's get behind this door. Crookskull, your people are behind that door. If you can convince them to lay down their arms and safely and quietly come to us, we can assure them shinies and food just like you've received.
He looks a little puzzled. Says, I thought you was my people now. And he brushes himself off and he goes, You speak confusingly. What do you want me to do?
But don't be a fool. You're a slave. You're not our people. That's never going to happen.
He nods his head. Okay, all right. So I do know
I assume this is how like kobolds work.
He's figured out. He's like okay, all right.
We're on
the same page.
I assume
now.
this is like rapport with a kobold.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. Either way, we need you to speak with them and tell them we'll crack the door, and you tell them that there are a great many of us, but that we can assure them food and treasure if they cooperate.
He nods. He says, "Okay, he's ready for this." All right, so you're gonna open the door then, or you're gonna
creak it, crack the door, and so he can tell them and be like, "Ga ga 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 ga," and tell them.
Yeah. He peeks around. And he gestures wildly with his hands, and he screeches, and you hear some gibbering and screeching from the other side. And then he ducks back in, and he looks quite afraid.
What is it?
He says, They want to kill me."
Well, of course they want to kill you. They're not going to kill you. It sounds like we will have to kill them. . Very well. This is a fatal funnel. This sucks, actually. We should use the length of that room to our advantage, open the door, and fire. The room is about, 40 feet long and 20 feet wide. They're either going to have to go behind another door like us, or they're going to have to stand and fight and fire. And we're going to need beefy people up front to take hits from slings and stones. I don't want to use sleep yet, if I can help it.
He's trying to get that shaman.
This is risky. Are you all okay with this?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. I think you should keep sleep. I agree with you.
All right.
I'm gonna put my bastard sword and shield so I have a little bit more protection.
Okay. All right. So let's open the door. In one 5-foot area, we can have 2 fighters with swords.
All right, I'm in front.
All right. In the room, you see ahead of you, there are 3 kobolds who had previously been scribbling on this wall. They now hoist javelins ready to attack. They are in a murderous rage. Please declare spells for a combat turn. If not, please roll your initiative.
Nice.
Party wins.
Okay.
Movement and missile fire.
I throw 3 darts at this guy right here.
Okay. Please make your attack rolls. You
I
are
would
attempting to beat
I would shoot 2 arrows.
AC 13.
I would fire 2 arrows and miss and hit.
I miss.
And I got a 4. I guess I'd be hitting the guy in the back. I fell in the middle. Okay.
And I got a 2.
What was the armor class target again?
13.
13.
I miss.
Looks like you hit once.
I have a -1 to hit.
Ooh, that's tough. Tough to hear. All right. Anybody want to move into melee?
No.
All right. They will throw their javelins. Who is in the front rank there?
Me.
Um,
I'm wearing plate and a shield. A
Multi
sword.
could be up front too.
Okay,
Shield and
each of them are going to throw a javelin at you.
Oof.
One of them hits. 1d6. All right. This one misses. He's firing at the left side there. Whoever's on the left side there. And then, this one is going to. This one threw his javelin at Ralston.
Okay.
So please take 3 damage.
3 damage? Okay.
It is now melee, and there is no melee. It is now. Please roll initiative.
Nice.
You will go first.
Okay. I throw a dagger.
I throw 2 arrows, shoot 2 arrows rather.
I miss.
I shoot another arrow.
I miss both.
I miss too.
Someone hits.
I hit.
Ooh, I have struck.
And that's a 3.
All right.
Cutter, do you get 2? Do you get 2 arrows?
I believe I can.
Yes.
Mulchi's hit for 3 with a sling bullet.
So I can
one-
roll. Okay, so
1 remains.
I can attack 1 more time, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me do that real quick.
My stone did 1 damage.
And
Oh. Well.
I hit
All right.
at least twice so far.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry. This one is going to run. No.
Can I get an attack on him? An opportunity or not?
No. Not unless
Okay,
you are in
all right.
melee.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You can move at 60 feet.
Bring up the poop stick. Check the traps.
All right. You are now out of combat unless you'd like to give chase.
No.
All right.
May I recover the 2 arrows I shot?
Do you really want to go in there and do that?
Well, actually, no. If we're not going in there, no.
I mean, we will, but we haven't checked for traps yet.
Yeah,
That is true.
we'll definitely take our time going in and use a 10-foot pole and see if they've trapped the entrance. In, you know.
Bring up.
Scarl claps and shrieks with glee. His new masters are far more powerful than his old.
Yes, you're seeing, my small friend. Your odds are improving, aren't they?
Bring up the poop stick.
I asked him where the prison is. Is it this right here?
Yeah, he points around the corner.
Okay. All right. We've opened this door, Crookscarl. What is it? Is this? Are there traps here, or by what means do you open this portcullis?
He says there's a pull, and he mimes pulling a lever on the other side that the guards can open or close.
I see. And very well. How far away is the lever from the portcullis?
Oh, it's right next to it.
Very well.
Can't miss it.
All right. Some of you big tough guys want to open that door?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do we want to have him ask them to let him in?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't.
We want to at least try. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should also search the kobold to see if they have anything valuable.
Yeah, like a key or something.
Yeah, they each have 11 copper pieces, a short sword, and then the javelins that they threw at you. So there's 3 javelins, 2 short swords, and 22 copper pieces.
Okay, I pick up my dagger. All right. Who's going to open this door? Some big fighter.
I will.
Okay.
I can.
But you first crack the door and
Yeah.
Crookscraw, tell them that you're here and that you need them to open up quickly because the Clixie is enraged and they will suffer the worst if they don't open up for these prisoners. That's what all the noise was. Nasty prisoners you have.
He opens the door. He peeks around again. And you hear a great deal of chattering and chittering, and it sounds like harsh words are being exchanged and arguments are being had. And let's see. You hear the sound of a portcullis, a large metal thunking and thwacking going on. And Clixie slams the door closed and he says, "They're not happy." They didn't believe him.
Oh, very well. I think I should just cast sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's open the door and you guys guard me and then I'll cast
Yep.
sleep.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll throw a shield up next to him, make sure no missiles hit him.
They call it testudo.
Please roll initiative.
Come on.
Simultaneous.
Simultaneous actions. As movement and missile fire, they will both throw javelins. One at Ralston and one at Jeremiah Jimble.
Oof.
Oh,
The one which is thrown at Jeremiah Jimble lands
No.
for 3 damage.
You good?
he's good. He's got another 4 hit points.
Wow.
Okay. Nice.
Please roll your attacks.
Missile fire. I will shoot twice.
I will also shoot twice.
One of mine hit. I believe one of mine hit.
AC 13.
My sling bullet hit for 4 on the top one.
I
So I
hit
got
for
a-
1.
I got a 16
Yeah.
and 19.
Sweet.
Yep, one of mine hit. So roll for damage.
It should
4
be enough
points.
to kill the both of them.
It may not be need for this sleep casting.
Yeah, I don't know how you rule that, Christopher. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what?
I've seen a couple of different things.
Yeah. What do you think? Taking suggestions.
If I recall correctly, with Richard, basically you could have your spell. We like dug into it, and it doesn't say. If I recall correctly, you can have your spell interrupted, so you could lose it that way. But if it doesn't go off and it hasn't hit that round, I don't think you have to cast it. That's if I recall correctly.
Great.
I could be wrong, but that
Sounds good.
Wait, the casting of any spell starts at the beginning of the combat round.
Right.
Does this book does it say that?
It's page 36 under declare spells, right
Nice.
above roll initiative.
Excellent. I think you could I think you could interpret that differently, but I agree with that. I would say that. I think that's actually fair. If you declare a spell, that's it. That's what I would say. I don't think we've been doing that, but I
that's
like
that raises the question of whether or not spells are something which you have. Maybe this is a better discussion for after the session, but my instinct is to allow you to stop casting it and not expend that spell. Does that make sense?
That's the
Back in
that's the
just a
question.
I would say the spell is expended when the spell is actually used.
Yeah.
Not when you start using it. That's just maybe I'm thinking too 3-dimensionally.
No.
Not thinking enough.
If I'm pretty sure in Richard's game, that's what we do. Is there are a couple ways you can lose it, but if it doesn't go off, you can keep it. But anyways,
you do have 10 minutes. I'm going to retire you back to Longfelt in about 5.
oh, let's rush up and get over on the other side of that portcullis and open it, and let's get to work.
Okay. How do you propose to do so?
Where is the lever? I asked him that. Crookscrawl, where is the lever?
He points. He says it's around the corner. He points to this corner here.
Okay, so maybe there's a stone thing, and then around the corner there's the thing.
Yeah, the wall extends slightly past the portcullis.
We may have just killed these people.
I think it's okay.
You have heat metal?
No. We can lift up the thing and slide that small guy underneath it. I think, right? There's like a lot of us. We could probably lift up a portcullis. It can't weigh more than like 300 pounds, right? But we haven't. Let's just tap the floor before we advance.
Yes, I agree with that. Certainly. Tap the floor. See if we can lift the portcullis.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen as you check the floor. Please make an open doors check or a bend bars check.
Who's real beefy? Somebody got a 15, 16, 18. Nobody?
11 now.
Oh no. 13, 14?
Man, if only Blorper was here.
Yeah.
I've got a crowbar if that could help, maybe.
All right, well, I'll try an open doors check, and then we might have to get creative after that. I fail. Just barely, actually. All right. Yeah, what what are our options? We have crowbars and people and spells and stuff, and or we can take time and take another 10 minutes and do it again, or what do you want?
Yeah, we're already committed. We gotta get these suckers out of here.
No, I mean like for Christopher, what do you think? What can we do? What can we use our people? Does it can we destroy it? Can we does it just
take the rope and
you can
loop and hook it around the lever?
You can spend more time. Corkscar will tell you that the lever is only a few feet away from the portcullis. Maybe if you could figure out a way to angle something around and catch it and pull it.
Like we're getting into somebody's car. Trying to use a...
Yeah, he knows exactly. His buddy Tic Tac Toe just had this issue with his BMW. He got locked out of it, and they jury-rigged it together.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's we have a 10-foot pole, we have rope, so let's put those things together and tie a sack to act as a net at the end of it, an L shape to loop around it and pull.
We got an entire net.
Yeah,
just gotta throw the net in there.
Have a flail. No.
And my understanding is, to clarify, is it's around a corner. It's not like it's not just like there where we can see it. If it were there where we could see it, literally, we could do anything. Yeah, right. Of course.
I did, I'll even reveal it to you. I did roll the D6, and you got the 1 in 6 chance to just snag it, yank it, and pull this portcullis up.
Nice. All right, so
you are now in the room with dead kobolds.
Double portcullis.
We'll check the kobolds and we'll lift this other portcullis and tap the floor and go up here and greet the prisoners and see if any of them are mildly not psychotic.
They each have 10 javelins and 9 copper pieces on them. One of them has keys to the prison cells.
Nice. We take the keys and does it look like, obviously the mechanism for this portcullis must be in here because that's where they are.
Yes. There are 2 sets of levers. One at the top, which is flipped towards the portcullis. And then, one of the top, which is flipped away from the east portcullis, and then one on the bottom, which is flipped towards it.
All right. Yeah, let's take the other lever and move it the other way. Okay. And let's see if there's a viewing port or a window or anything on any of these doors.
Each of the doors in this cell block is solid wood, reinforced with steel bands and with a grill viewport. They're all locked.
Every fighter and cleric. Let's open each door, Lord, and get ready for some psychotic asylum person to launch out of it.
We can just look at let's slide the viewport and look inside and say and
I'm sorry, I missed the viewport part.
Yeah,
I
we're
missed that
part.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's if it has a viewport, that's exactly what we want to do to all of them.
In this room, there is a dead goblin corpse. In this room, there appears to be a living creature. It is not something which you have seen before. It looks a lot like a goblin, but is closer to 6 feet tall.
Wow.
And it is dark brown or ruddy skinned.
Okay, we talk to it. We do this at all of them. Like we say, do you speak common? And
he says, hello?
Oh. Okay. What's your name?
Me?
Yes, you.
Is it somebody out? Who is that?
We have the chance. We offer you the chance at life if you will swear yourself to our service.
He thinks about it for a second. He says, please help. I'm close to death.
Don't you have cure light wounds, Jake?
No, I prepared Heat metal.
It's okay. No problem. Well, we will help you, but you must swear your life to our service.
Thinks about it for a second. He goes, I'm desperate.
Okay. We'll take it. All right. We go on to the next one. We'll do the same thing.
Behind this door is nothing. Which door would you like to look through next?
This one.
Behind that door is also nothing.
All right.
Behind this door is a beautiful young human woman.
He did say long hair. I guess that's what he meant. Someone long. We thought it was a dwarf.
I thought it was a dwarf. Lass, are you well? What is... Are you all right? Sorry.
I was gonna say, speak to her in law and see if she responds.
Oh, yeah.
Hello? She does respond with the verbal equivalent to the sign of the cross. You hit her with the peace be with you, and she's like, and also with you.
Oh, wow.
She says, hello? My name is Isabel. I've been trapped here for almost a month now.
That was a good idea. This could be in a succubus or something. Man. Okay. Well, come with us, and we'll find out what we need on the way, and we'll get you home. We'll bring you to Longfeld.
That's where my family lives. My father, he's a tailor there. Maybe you know him.
We do not. We're not from Longfeld, but... Oh, wait. Do you all know the tailor?
Did we hear about someone needing his daughter back and there was a reward?
Oh, yeah.
Did we? I don't know. This is...
I don't know. I don't know what I've
It's
told you.
plausible.
We did now.
Um,
We'll at least get some new shirts out of this.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
have
true.
anything about that. Unless it was like in the first session, so... Which I don't have.
I was on mute.
Say, hey lady, we're going back to town. Let's go.
Let's go get in the chopper
So-
now.
Let's return to town, but I asked someone to go ahead and to pay off the guards on the way in, and to take us like to a holding cell or like a shack or something like that, and I set up a bolt hole for these two weird chaotic monsters that I smuggle into town.
How do you? What do you do? He introduces himself as Brusknick. What do you do to capture him?
The same thing. I offer him food and money and security, and also, you know, he has two options. He can stay out here alone in this place, dying, with near certain death, surrounded by things that want to devour him, or he can come back to a human city where almost everyone wants to kill him, but I can try to hide him and help him if he agrees to help us.
He is okay. He's gonna say he'll go back with you, and then how do you? What's your plan from there?
Yeah. So my plan is to pay the guards under the table. I'll give them 50 gold to try.
More immediately.
Yeah, we leave and we go home.
He's gonna open the door and
Yeah.
say, "Come on out." He's gonna bolt.
Oh.
All right.
He's
If
gonna run.
Let's go.
Let's get him. Yeah. It's all right.
It's not hard to do. I'm not even gonna say what you need.
Yeah.
to
No, we can't let him
Yeah.
go. Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just kill him.
Rip in peace, Bruxnick.
You were okay.
You are now exhausted, and boy howdy are you. It is 10:31 where I'm at anyway, and so our session is now over, except if anybody can confirm for next week.
Yeah. I'll be free.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What? Yeah. Yeah.
Mythic Mountains RPG is a private online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Folk RPGs are the games that belong to all of us. They're what actually happens at a table between friends. It's their voice that has the authority on what is fun and what works for them. Weekly, we upload our games to allow others to sit in with us. The channel isn't monetized. We don't own the artwork, music, software, or games shown in these actual plays, and you can find links to their authors in the description. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish, or don't. Just like games in person, you're welcome to pull up a chair, sit in, and watch some of our games. No performances, no fancy equipment, just regular people playing full pencil and paper role-playing games and having a good time. We hope these games will prove a source of enjoyment to anyone just wanting to listen in, anyone looking for examples of how actual groups run and play folk RPGs, and most importantly, if you haven't found your group yet, you're welcome here at ours.